This past Saturday, I had worked from about 9 to about 2 o'clock, and normally I don't work on Saturdays. And I'm sharing this because, God, He's on the move. Always was, is, always will be. Um, and so I met these two young men as I had parked my company vehicle for my next stop. They approached me and they said simply, "Hey, is there something we can pray for you about?" I looked at them and I said, "Sure, if you can pray for me for wisdom and humility," which I pray most days to the Lord for that wisdom and humility. Um, and so they said, "Sure, what's your name?" And I said, "My name is Israel." And they were like, "Oh, wow, we won't forget that." And I said, "Well, what's your names?" And the one young man's name was Mason. The other one was Zach. Mason and Zach. And I said, "What are you guys doing out here?" And they said, we're just praying for people." And I had asked them a question. I said, "Are you witnessing?" And they say yes. And they pulled out some gospel tracts. It was confirmation for me that the Lord is, and he showed me something in that, not to live for yourself, not to get so caught up in the moment of the things you have to do, and you have to own up to your responsibilities, but you can miss what it means to seek first His kingdom and His righteousness in the midst of all your busyness. We can lose the goal of why God even allows us to exist. And so we kept going in conversation, and I had mentioned that to them, that my heart has gotten cold in sharing Christ with others, even if it just meant sharing a gospel tract with them and just handing it to them. People are hungry. People are searching for truth, and people are being tired of being lied to, especially by the media, with all the fear and all the uncertainty. And so I made a connection with all that. How God showed me to take stock and reevaluate how I'm spending my time. And so I challenge you to consider, as we close out the year approaching 2025, don't be that Christian that will make it by the skin of their teeth. If you're saved, you're always saved, and you can never lose your salvation, because you're sealed in Jesus Christ by His blood that He shed on the cross. But we forget that. And I think that, the devil will put guilt in our hearts. You didn't do this, you didn't do that, you're no good, you're a no good Christian. Don't let the devil take a foothold in your thoughts about what I just mentioned. Seek first God's kingdom and His righteousness. Ask God to move in your life. Be intentional about it. And I promise you, He will show up. Yesterday, at the end of the service, at the church that I attend, an older couple came in, and I had asked them if it was their first time. And they mentioned that it was their first time. They're searching, first off, for a church, and they're searching for truth. Roman Catholic background, as I was Roman Catholic. And so God is moving in all these situations, all these circumstances, the people you meet. Don't miss that. I find joy in my heart when I come across maybe another believer in the midst of my day, or maybe someone that's hurting, and I can somehow impart the love of Christ to them. And so I hope this all makes sense. Be encouraged. Until the next time, God bless.